some dirt. Actually, welcome to episode 6, creating Hidden Hollow. We've been moving some earth, moving some dirt, clearing out some blackberry bushes and some trees. Obviously, I have not been the man to do it. I have zero idea what most of these levers do. I assume they make the buckets move and pull dirt out of the ground. You know, stuff, you know, got cool levers here. I'm not really sure where the key goes, to be honest, but luckily we have friends for that. Look at all of this progress. This used to be all ugly trees and bushes, and a friend of mine, Jared, has come by and basically cleared it all out for us. Thanks, Jared. So we got some work to do. We got to figure out basically how to make this not look like a big dirt pile. But one of the cool features was the fact that we've got more water running through here, but we couldn't see it. There was no visibility to it. This was nothing but blackberry bushes. We've got this cool stream. The cats have been nice enough, basically daily leaving us eating rodents on the porch. Some headless squirrels. Not really sure why squirrel heads taste good, but they like them. So yeah, we're getting some treats, but they're doing their job. We have a little bit of a rodent problem out here, one would assume, but when you have 6 cats, that's why we're keeping them. We're gonna set up a little cat station, winterized home in there. So that way they can hang out and kill stuff.
And so we're trying to come up with an alternative entrance, which will be here. Imagine there's some split rail fence all the way along here so the children don't.
Oh, so yeah, we're cutting in there. We're not going to go all the way around here.
But you can do a big loop.
Or a small loop.
Yeah. What do you mean? They'll connect. Yeah. Anyway, so this will be a big loop eventually. You'll be able to come in here and go into the house, but then loop back around. When we do have the casitas up and running, you'll be able to have a private entrance, so that's nice.
The casitas back there and here still need some work to kind of unbury them with bushes.
Yeah, we're gonna need to do some major work on that. But the new road will come through. We're hoping to get some land from the neighbor.
I want to work something out, maybe a little trade.
Yeah, what do they call
Trade
it?
lands.
Trading lands. We really just need like, what? How many, 200 feet?
Yeah, just a little triangle stretch, because our property ends right at those barriers here.
So imagine you're up on that road and you're driving through and you would come through this way, and instead of having to go around that way, and then you would drop, and then it'd be cool because your view as you're pulling in would be here. Clearing out some of these bushes. Oh, we found a plum tree.
Plum tree.
We found a plum tree. So we have nectarine,
Walnuts.
walnuts, a cigar tree, and a plum tree all along this section. Thornless blackberry bush is over there. A lot
Elderberry.
Huh?
Elderberry.
Oh, elderberry we discovered. Yes, we have elderberry, which is amazing for syrups and things.
Jams and jellies.
I don't think so. But we can look into that. So anyway, we are thinking about doing a new entrance, which is exciting and also expensive. So this is one of the first times we've locked it, because we'll tell you in a minute that we had a bit of a scare with a transient invader. But first,
Some rogue clothes washers.
a rogue clothes washer broke in to use our laundry, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So anyway, anyway, this now has a plywood cover on it, but this is the size of where the slider doors are going to be on either side to open up all of this light. And we're getting new windows.
Where are the windows?
Those things are happening. Right in between these this small window, that big one, there's going one right in there.
And?
So you have 3 windows on either side.
Yep.
And then all throughout here, so lots of that natural light. When that's happening, we don't know, but we know it's happening. I don't think there's anything new in this area, but the basement, let's see what's going on.
So, the story about the rogue washer invaders. Megan came here the other day, and there was pools of water on the ground, to which she called her contractor and said, hey, there's water everywhere. You know, it wasn't like standing water, but definitely serious pools. We've had the electrician out, we had the HVAC guy out, we had supposedly the plumbers out, but no one actually told us about it, because that would have been the logical guess for what happened. Megan calls, and he's like, oh man, I think that somebody's been hooking up your washer and dryer and doing loads of laundry in here. The stress test was a little too stressful, and a bunch of water kind of sprung. And yeah, so the good news is we don't have randoms breaking into our house to do their dirty clothes, socks and underwear. But the bad news is maybe we have plumbing problems. I never really got
We never really got the reason as to why there was water.
But the water's dried up.
The water is dried up now, which actually,
wonderful floors.
Yeah, that was great because it was pooled all along here. So that's good news. This is one of my favorite views. So you're standing up on the office. So there's the office floor will be kind of suspended over the rest of the floor. And then I'll be able to see the kids hanging out in the bird's nest over there reading, but more likely probably fighting me for screen time. And then there will be a ladder. And then this is hopefully gonna be a library office reading nook here. So we'll all be able to have community space high up on the second floor as well as on the lower floor. So that just gives you kind of a wider picture and vision for why we took out the ceiling and why we're opening this up. So hopefully this is closure week, that some of the holes and the gaping things that have just been ripped open for weeks now get kind of closed up. So that's what I'm hoping for. You know, you always hear these things take longer than you want them to, and this is true. I can attest that, especially when you're in transition and you're in 800 square feet with 5 people, you can come into an open space like this and be like, woo, we are gonna be ready. We're gonna be very, very ready to get to be here full time. So it's worth the wait, but I'd be lying if I said like, it feels like we've kind of hit like a slow-mo part of the process. So I'm hoping that things pick up in this next week and we get some drywall to show you.
So this episode is brought to you by Great Escape Beer Works and Highlight, both of which are not true.
That's not true.
It's not true.
No,
I'm not sponsored. I'm actually self-sponsored from Highlight just by buying enough of their stuff. I claim self-sponsorship, but not actual real
Definitely
sponsorship.
invested, but I don't think they invest in you as much as you invest in them.
No, it's a one-way street.
It's a one-way street, so that's not really like a partnership.
No, but shout out to Great Escape Beer Works.
Yes.
Yay, Jennifer.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Okay, so we are doing a top of the stairs section right now, overlooking kind of where it's going to be down below. And what are some highs and lows this week for you in this process?
Well, I think we're a little stressed out over timelines of completion. It still feels like our house is cut up and tore up.
Yeah, it
from the
seems
floor
to
up.
keep getting worse. So every time I show up, it just gets uglier and uglier. So I haven't really seen that tide change yet. I know we're over budget with the HVAC and electrical. HVAC.
Yeah.
We got, we're sorry. We didn't know how to say that. And some people
I actually do
commented.
know how to say that. I just
Anyway, I guess you can say it either way. It's not a big deal.
yeah.
I think we should just...
Tomato.
Anyway, so...
Timelines.
Timelines and budgets would probably be the low. We got a call from the contractor being like, oh, we're over. We got to talk budget. I'm like, we got to cut some stuff out. I'm like, literally.
So we wanted to talk about that, and then we have to wait a week, which is a little like, okay, let's just sit on that one. Are we $5,000 over budget? $50,000 over budget?
Like, do we get floors and drywall still? And we probably get those things.
Yeah, we just have to do subfloors for the first couple years.
Yeah, I can stencil them. It's ivy.
Sorry, I'm actually looking out the window right now, and the kittens are playing on these boards with a ton of nails, and I'm just like, don't poke yourself.
Those kittens are survivors.
All right. So, we have faith in the process that this is going to work out, and that we'll be able to move in here at some point.
At some point in the future.
At some point, hopefully
We're hoping
2020.
For the holidays, yeah.
Pre-Thanksgiving is what we need.
That's what we really need. There's a kitten trying to come up the stairs. You hear that?
Yeah. Edit it just in case anyone wants to know. I have no editing abilities. It's all her. So hopefully she has some really sick cuts in this.
We're gonna need a lot of cuts for this one.
Rough cuts.
Yeah, rough cuts. So I always feel like there's not much to show, but let me tell you, there's progress. I keep telling myself there's progress.
Amen.
So.
All right. Signing off. Subscribe. Hit the like button. As Megan likes to say, smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Bye, friends.
Bye.